Hi everybody, Gert Louw from Cape Town checking in. After some of my followers asked me to do a video in Afrikaans, I decided, let me put this forward to my followers, my friends, and well, ask you guys what do you think about it. Now, why would I even think about doing this? Because there's so many things stacking against Afrikaans. Afrikaans, unfortunately, is one of the smallest languages in the world. It's spoken only in the southern part of Africa, mainly by a white population, Caucasian, and some mixed race people. There's a few blacks that also speaks Afrikaans, but very little percentage wise. And then splashed all over the world, mainly I would say in Australia, New Zealand and the UK, there is probably around about 3 to 4 million people that speaks Afrikaans or used to speak Afrikaans. So from a statistical point of view, this doesn't make sense. The other side of the coin is I really do love my language, Afrikaans. I think it's a beautiful language and it's unique in a lot of ways. So let's do it the following way. First, let's look at the internet. Now, a well-known European website, I think it's a Norwegian website. I'm not sure, 100% sure about that. The website is called Loven.ie. They did a research project to find out what accent is the sexiest accent in the world. So Loven.ie rated the 50th sexiest accents in the world. So right at the bottom, at 50th place, it's the unfortunate Welsh. Shame. Followed by Romanian, Belgian, and at 47 it is Indian. Now, Indian I can understand because right now in South Africa we don't like the Indian accent very much. The moment we hear Indian accents, we search for Atul Gupta, you know, the Gupta brothers that stole trillions of rands in South Africa through state capturing, and were in cahoots with Zuma and all the cronies and so on, and they're busy now with all the court cases, and the ball is starting to get rolling to try and catch these people. Let's look at the rest of the list. Finnish, Japanese. Now Japanese is at 45. Japanese, I agree, Japanese girls are beautiful for me, full stop. But I think they should keep quiet. The language is not, and especially when they speak English with the accent, the language is not that nice on the ear. Followed by New York, Swiss, Mauritian, 41 is Croatian, 40 is Nigerian, 39 Russian. Now I must admit I had a couple of fantasies in my life about a Russian woman. When they speak, and they speak with a deep husky voice, you tend to keep quiet and you tend to sit in your place and you tend to do whatever they tell you. So I like the Russian accent a lot. I think they should have been rated higher. And then 38 Pakistani, 37 Latvian, 36 Polish. So it goes on. 34 is Canadian, whatever. 27 is London English. Surprisingly, at 19 it is Zimbabwean, and now Zimbabwe is just to the north of South Africa, so yeah, well, nice for you, Zimbabwe. 18 is American. I must admit, if I walk, let's say at a tourist place here in Cape Town, the waterfront, and I would hear girls speaking with the American accent, I would usually turn around and have a look, so I think it's a fairly sexy accent. 15 is Scottish. That I agree too. It's an interesting accent for a lady to have. 12 is German. I don't know, I don't think, well, from a South African point of view, to hear a girl speaks in German makes her really sexy at all. It should be much lower. Okay, now the top 10. The 8th place, Israel. I agree. It should maybe even higher. It's beautiful to hear a woman speaking in an Israeli accent. Number 5 is French. Now, I must admit, that French is a language of, let's call it, love. And to hear a woman speak in French, it doesn't particularly excite me. It's not ugly, but it's not particularly sexy for me. So I think they should have scored lower. 4 is Australian. Perfect. I 100% agree. Australian accent and a woman, beautiful. 2 is Italian. Now that one I do not agree. Italian hectic. You know, when I think about Italians, I think about fighting, screaming, throwing stuff. The accent doesn't excite me. It rather scares me. I don't want to be near Italians. And number one, Afrikaans. That was a huge surprise. It made quite a bit of headlines here in South Africa. So I don't know. I never thought of Afrikaans as being sexy at all. So I don't know if you think so. I can't rate myself, and I don't think particularly the way that I speak is sexy at all. But that is for you to decide. But the problem is, this is a website that rated the accents. It didn't rate the actual languages. So this doesn't really count for anything. It's just an interesting piece of information. Now let's look on to a website that rated the actual languages. Now, their translations blog did their study about what languages are considered to be the most sexiest. And number one place is French, you know. I don't agree with that. Afrikaans is not to be seen on this list, and I don't know if it would even get in the top 20th place. So back to square one. There's no real, can I say, convincing argument on the internet to really do a video in Afrikaans. So I need to hear what you guys say. I'll put up a voting link on this video so that you can vote. Obviously, if I ever do a video in Afrikaans, I will put up the English translation at the bottom of the video. But I must personally admit, you know, when I watch a video and I have to read to understand what's at the bottom of the video, it takes a lot of the fun away from me having to watch the video. Okay, this brings us back to square one. I need your input to make a decision. I'll put up on the screen a voting option for you, so you can actually just click on the voting option. But otherwise, just leave us a comment in the video and tell me if you want me to do a video in Afrikaans or you don't want me to do a video in Afrikaans. So almal 'n lekker oefen. Ek wens julle 'n wonderlike week toe en asseblief ja, los my 'n kommentaar op die video. Al vir my 'n keuse te maak. As daar genoeg Afrikaanse mense is wat respond, dan sal ek definitief baie daarvan hou om 'n video in Afrikaans te doen vir julle. So almal, ek wens julle 'n wonderlike dag toe. Cheers. Gert Louw van Kaapstad. Teken af.